Generally speaking, what was your childhood like?
I had 4 brothers and sisters, 1 sister, 3 brothers, and we weren't we weren't poor, but we weren't well off. So we had the struggles that a black family had during that time. I grew up in the 50s, 60s, around in that era, and we had the kind of life that, was, like I said, basically for a family that wasn't well off but wasn't poor. So things I got, I had to really scrap for.
Okay.
I got a lot of hand-me-down clothes or second-hand clothes. I didn't get new bikes, things like that, even for Christmas. A lot of that was second-hand, hand-me-downs, or my brothers before me, clothes, bikes, things like that. We ate well because my mother was a cook, and she would bring home food from work.
Yeah.
So we were eating lobster and steak back then. Couldn't really afford to go buy it, but we would eat it because she would bring it home for us.
Yeah.
So as far as food and things like that, that wasn't too big of a problem. But like I say, clothing and things a child would want at that time, I didn't get a lot of that. So I learned to live with be happy with a living. And that's why sports became so important to me.
Yeah.
Because that was like the only thing we had to do, and I was good at it.
Yeah.
So sports became a big part of my life. But as far as family, and like my father was very uneducated. Only went to like the 2nd grade. My mother went as far as the 7th, 8th grade, but she was smart.
Yeah.
And she was able to get over it because she was intelligent. But neither one of them had a education that would allow them to get a better job or do something, even help us with our homework and stuff like that. That was never done. My first real job was in a laundry.
Laundry room?
Yeah, it was like I guess you would call it a business where they did laundry for businesses and things like that. Okay. I worked in the area where they washed the clothes. Like I would put the clothes in the dry.
Yeah.
So I guess you would say I worked in I guess you would call it laundry. I don't know what they call it. But that was my first job, and and I forged the birth certificate to get it. I was 17, you had to be 18.
Yeah.
I ain't proud of that, but I did. I forged the birth certificate to get it.
Yeah.
And it was a summer job. I was on my way to college.
Yeah.
And I worked in this laundry, like I said, where they did laundry for businesses and hospitals, things like that.
Have you had a fulfilling life?
I would say based on what I see other people's, and you have to look around and look at other people's lives, because you can look at your life and say, I wish I had been rich. I wish I had played professional football, that kind of money. But you stop and you look around and you say, dang, I've been lucky. I got a college education. I got a decent job. I was able to do things for my kids and for myself. I have things, like I said, I might not be rich and have things, but I have a lot of things. I'm at the point now, stage in my life where if I really wanted to get something, even with the economy like this, I probably could get it. Mm-hmm. So I would say, looking back on where I came and all that, where I am now, I would say I'm a teacher. I taught, so I got all kinds of rewards, like sitting here talking to you. If I can look across to you and say, dang, this guy was a student in my 7th grade class, you know what I mean? And he's successful, he's sitting here talking. I can remember times when I didn't think Tim was gonna make it. Mm-hmm. And he's made it. So that's fulfilling to me, to be able to sit here and talk to someone like you or see other students, or just knowing I helped so many kids in my life. So yeah, I would say I've had a fulfilling life.
What experiences in your life do you believe that contributed to you determine some of your goals and values?
My mother, just watching her and what she did for us, the sacrifices she made, and how she tried to raise us as good kids, and respectful and all that time. She taught us respect and all those kind of things. The importance of education, which she pushed on us, but my brother, who was a very intelligent and is a very intelligent man, he was our role model. He was an honor student and went to college on a scholarship, became a doctor and all the things. And we had that role model to look up to. So between him and my brother and my mother, they set a scale for us, and they supported us, and we supported each other. So we were always there to support each other as a family, and we always had those two role models in our lives to kind of keep us on a positive path.
Okay, what is your greatest accomplishment and why?
I would say teaching and educating as many kids as I could and having them come back and seeing the success. I know I've done something to help humanity. And I think all of us should eventually think about that. What did we do to help humanity, even if it was just our family? I've been able to do that. My own accomplishments, I've had many rewards, scholarship in football. I was able to play college football, go to college. I've had jobs. Right now I have 4 or 5 certifications. I've been able to experience things in the jobs that I've had, and it's made me a much more well-rounded person. I have 3 daughters that I'm proud of, all of them. Never had a problem or anything negative about any of them, which is, being a parent, that's, you want to look upon as being a good accomplishment. And the love that my mother has taught me, which has helped me to be able to go out and share that with other people and love people, and the closeness of my family. Both families, my biological family and my family.
Did you have a favorite teacher?
If I could say one, and I can't remember the lady's name, and I'm sorry I can't, it was my math teacher back in, it was like 7th grade, because I hated math. Always loved science, but I hated math. I guess I couldn't get a grip on it. Yeah. That lady taught me math. She taught me how to get that grip, and she taught me that, how you get that light to go, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah. She made me do that, and ever since then I love math. Mm-hmm. And I learned later on, it's a good thing because how important math is to our lives. Mm-hmm. But that I would say it was my math teacher. I cannot remember the lady's name, but it was her, my math teacher, 7th grade.
Is there something in your past that you would do differently knowing what you know now?
Probably marriage. I think when I got married, it was always because of something that triggered it. My first wife I married, she became pregnant when she was 15 and I was 17, on my way to college. Just before, and I felt the obligation, because that's my nature, to feel obligated. That's my child. I'm gonna do the best I can. So I stayed with her mainly because of that. And we got married later on. The marriage had another child. The marriage lasted a little bit longer than we divorced. And I think, and then I had my second marriage, same thing. We had a child before. And I was right back into that. That's my nature. I can't let a kid be out here like this. Get a kid my name, work with it, and the same thing happened, divorce. So what I would say is that instead of getting married and living in that situation because of that, I would say, I'm gonna take care of my child anyway. But don't jump into a marriage because you're not ready for it and it's not really what you wanted to do. And I would second guess that. But I would always take care of the child. That would have been no problem. And I'm learning now that maybe that would have been enough. Maybe we didn't have to get married and eventually divorce and cause all that grief and thing to the kid anyway. So, and which happens, especially in the first one. So I would say that I wouldn't have been so quick to jump into marriage because I was going to take care of the child anyway. That was going to be my child. Early summer, we divorced, finally divorced. We had been basically going our own way for years. Yeah,
I'm really sorry to hear
oh, no,
that.
that's life. No, like I told you, it's the kids. It's about the kid. So it was all right. It was all right. You know, it was nothing. We still friends and all that. Just a lot of it just don't work, man. It worked up until a certain point, and then you grow away from each other. And we grew away from each other real early.
How long was y'all was together?
Oh, we was married. Yeah, my daughter's 25.
Years,
yeah, my daughter's 25.
Okay.
She's still living with me because of the county. She lives with me, not with her mom. My mom lives on, but she still lives with me. Yeah, we were married like 20-something years. Been together 20-something years. It's a long time. But all of it wasn't happy years, Tim. The last 10, 7, 6, 8 wasn't happy years. And we were just respectful enough to each other for it never to be violence or ugliness. But it wasn't good years. So we decided, you know, at a certain point that, and it was right. It was right. And now I'm back on the streets again. Running away from them women. Because you know my age, they look. Yeah.
One thing in your life that made you say never again.
Oh, I would say blaming someone else for something I could have changed or avoided. I blamed other people. And then I realized they didn't make you do that, you did it. So why are you getting upset with them because of the way it turned out? You made a decision, they were a part of it, but you made a decision. And you can't control people. So for you to enter into something thinking that, oh, okay, you know, this, that, and the other, and it don't work out, and you saying, well, it's because of them. She wasn't, or he wasn't. They fault. And you look at them and say, no, it wasn't their fault. That's the way they were. And you just didn't realize it. But they're who they are. And I learned that you can't blame other people for the choices you made. You made those choices. You know, you didn't have to make them. So I would say that, you know, blaming somebody else for something that you realize, you know, you can't really. That's a choice you made. So honoring the choices that you made and not blaming other people or situations because, well, I'm black. That's why I didn't get the job. You know, or she wasn't like I thought she was or should have been, or she wasn't as good as mother as or wife. No, you can't do that. She was who she was. Yeah. And you just married the wrong person, or you know, whatever. But that's what I would basically say, just to try and give you a little bit more.
Okay.